and welcome to another episode of Pokemon Go. In today's episode, it is extraordinarily late at night. Not really for any particular reason that's important to the video, but mainly because I worked a closing shift and then I've been doing other things like laundry and adulting. So, now we get to play Pokemon. Anyway, there was a surprise release of an actual event to go along with the other event, the Hatchathon. We now have an actual event, which is actually really cool, and a lot of shiny hunting. So there's two events going on at the same time. There is this Hatchathon, which is from a couple days ago until November 27th, and that's hatching all the eggs. Very cool. Shiny Elekid, a lot of Gen 4 prep, and that's all in 2K eggs, and very cool. And then earlier today, much earlier today, almost a full 24 hours, because it's 11:55 at night, Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu was dropped, the midnight release, and etc. So there is now Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu event in-game. Also, I'm just letting my hair flow right now, because we also got a cold spell, so it's like 60 degrees in Florida. That's cold. And this is nice and warm. Keeps me toasty. Anyway, also, apparently we get Meltan anyway. You didn't need to get the Switch. So, they played us. Anyway, we got Meltan. Actually, I've been watching a ton of YouTube videos of various YouTubers playing Let's Go, and it looks like an amazing game. I'm not going to be playing it because I don't have a Switch, and frankly, I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars on a Switch just to play Let's Go. Because that's the only game I would play. But it looks flippin' amazing. Mainly I'm watching M&J TV, and I'm also watching Unlisted Leaf, who I met at GoFest last year. Very cool dude. Also, Lachlan is playing it on his second channel. I just haven't checked it out yet. So we have this event, the Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu Meltan event. So this is going on from today till November 27th, and then there's going to be additional new raids from the 23rd to the 26th, so 3 days of some kind of special raid. That'd be very interesting. Maybe I don't know yet. We're going to get into a lot of stuff. So here's all the different features of this event. Special research featuring Meltan, new field research via Pokemon not commonly found in Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon will be appearing. Raichu and Alolan form Raichu are also going to be in raid battles. And then there's the new Pikachu and new Eevee hats, which I am rocking the Eevee hat because... Anyway, we have the new hat, the Pikachu hat, and it's free, which is great. I love these free hats and whatnot. The Eevee hat is actually also very cool looking. It actually looks better than the Pikachu hat, but Pikachu matches my Instinct outfit better. So, very cool. Also, with the release of this Meltan event, Shiny Magnemite has been released, as well as they are making it very much more Kento themed, and a lot of the Kento Pokemon are actually shiny options. So as I scroll through here, right up to this Pineco, because really I wasn't able to play that much today, but what I have been able to play, lots of Pikachus, lots of Caterpies, Growliths, and Rattata, which, by the way, super ridiculously close to getting my youngster gold badge, gold medal for 300 tiny Rattata. So, very excited about that. Now, along with everything else that we have, we are actually going to go over to the Go Hub, where they have been... Hello? I didn't even press that button. They've released all sorts of new things, from Go Plus versus Plus, how to get Mew, I guess, all sorts of stuff from here, but this is the one where I wanted to check out. So let's see this. So there's they already have figured out up to stage 4, I believe. I don't want to spoil myself too. Oh no, they've figured out all the way through. Okay, they have figured out everything. So if you want to go through and check out all the different things and know everything about the quest, they have it on the Go Hub. Everything. I have yet to even do it. Ooh, I want to. Ooh, let's go do that. Let's go do that right now. I want to start this up. I haven't even done this yet, and it's. Oh, it's already midnight. What? No. No. Yeah, no, it's not midnight yet. I don't know why it says we can do that yet. Transfer 5 Pokemon. Okay. Also, I haven't even read the thing yet. We're just going to transfer those 5 real quick just so I can do it. I haven't even read what this says. Okay, so let's actually read it, because before there was an error where you couldn't even read it. It just said dialogue number 1, dialogue number 2. Joining you as YouTube, it's always great to see you. I'm sure you know this, but your help in progressing my research has been essential to major breakthroughs in my work. That's why I've come to you again. You probably already know what I'll be asking. I need your assistance in learning more about the newly discovered Pokemon that has really sent me and other Pokemon researchers into quite a tizzy. Can you believe an undiscovered Pokemon just appeared out of the blue? You can imagine how everyone is talking about it. Yes, we are. I was checking a nearby habitat when I ran into a nest of them, and I was so excited I dropped my camera. Don't worry though, I'm sure the repairs won't cost me too much at the shop. Although each Pokemon turned out to be a Ditto using the move Transform. That didn't put a damper on my day, so many Ditto taking on this unique Pokemon form must mean that the real Pokemon is truly out there just waiting to be found. Let's get to work joining as YouTube. I know we don't have much to go on, but I'm confident your hard work can only bring us good fortune. But first, let me calibrate my instruments for your area. This reminds me of Mew. This is actually, I think this is actually the same thing. So we're just going to go ahead, claim all this stuff, claim this, woo, 1,000 Stardust, 10 Pokeballs, egg incubator. Thanks, Johnny's YouTube. I think that will be enough to help me properly conduct calculations based on the data you'll gather in the field. While you were out there, I scanned some academic journals to see if any of my fellow researchers have encountered a Pokemon matching the descriptions of the species I saw, but I didn't have much luck. But I do have a hunch. Given that this Pokemon has been unseen until just recently, I think it's safe to say that we're tracking another Pokemon, mythical Pokemon like Mew and Celebi. We already know it's Meltan. Stop doing this. If I'm right, and this elusive Pokemon is a mythical Pokemon, we should be able to draw it out by creating specific conditions under which it thrives. So we get to learn more about Meltan, kind of like some of its backstory via this way, because we already knew the backstory of Mew, and we knew the backstory of Celebi going into this, because those were Gen 1 mythical and Gen 2, we had a whole ton of lore, we knew about it. This teaches us about Meltan. But let's step back for a minute. Before we take a step forward, or many steps forward in this case, great fieldwork starts with a walk. Could you complete a few tasks for me? Also remind me to contact my mentor, Professor Oak. I'm certain his brilliant mind will have something to lend to all this. Please complete the following task. Earn 2 candies walking with your buddy, make 10 great throws, and hatch 3 eggs. I don't want to change my buddy. Plus I'm already kind of almost there. It is midnight actually, so we can go ahead. It actually is, it's November, so it's midnight now, so I can actually do that, but I can't hatch 2 eggs. It's midnight. I don't want to go out and hatch 2 eggs right now. I would have to go like for 2 kilometers anyway. But that is the next part, is hatching 2 eggs, making some great throws, and walking with our buddy. So our buddy is Weasel. It's 3 kilometers, already halfway towards the first candy, and then just another candy after that. Really not that bad. So that'll be the next episode, doing more Meltan stuff. And let's shiny check. Not a shiny. There's a tweet. Oh yeah, they're just talking about how Meltan has been fixed. So, speaking of Meltan being fixed, we might as well go back over to the Go Hub. So this is actually the article I meant. My hair is getting everywhere because I shed like a freaking dog. Anyway, we have an infographic, which is very cool. New raid bosses, Pikachu and Eevee cap, shiny Magnemite, which, by the way, looks like that. It's gold. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's actually really cool, too. You see how a regular Magnezone has a red eye, which would be like the north polarity. The shiny version is blue, which would be the south polarity. So that's very cool, actually. I love that. That's very cool. Magnemite looks like kind of like a rusted or like a bronze or some other very cool, like different kind of metal that conducts electricity. Probably bronze. Bronze conducts electricity fairly well, I think. Or it's no, yeah, bronze. Copper. Copper conducts electricity. So it has kind of that kind of color to it. That's very cool. And new research. So let's get through this. We already know about Meltan Quest. Here's the new quest. So I have hatched 2 eggs, which means that's an Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl can be shiny. Evolve to Anorith. That's interesting. You get Scyther for that. Make an excellent throw, and you get a Pidgey, but it's a Ditto, which apparently, damn it, I got spoiled. Stage 3 apparently you need to catch a Ditto. So, nice. Good to know. The new raid bosses as of right now are Mareep, Shinx, Weasel, and Magnemite in Tier 1, where Shinx, Mareep, and Magnemite can all be shiny. Mareep and Magnemite are new raid bosses. Lantern, Manectric, and Mawile are in Tier 2, where Mawile can be shiny. Tier 3 has Skarmory, Scyther, Alolan Raichu, and Jolteon, which interesting. Skarmory is a brand new raid boss. Scyther is just, it's new into Tier 3 right now. Alolan Raichu, Jolteon, are we missing something? Machamp is not in there anymore. That's interesting. Alolan Raichu is a nice challenge. Jolteon is interesting. I've never actually attempted a Jolteon raid. Scyther I've never done it on the channel, but I've done it before. And in Tier 4, Alolan Exeggutor, Alolan Marowak, Aggron, Absol, and then we still have Tier 5 Giratina, and then probably next week, oh yeah, these disappeared November 23rd, when Eevee-themed bosses will then appear. So these apparently are more like the electric E, like, oh yeah, these are Steel and Electric type, they kind of mentioned that, and then, whoa, cool. And then, yeah, they fixed the bugs that were happening earlier today. So very cool, very excited about this. Personally, oh, new field, yeah, never mind. Personally, this was what I'm excited about. Shiny Magnemite. I haven't actually caught a new shiny myself in the wild in a hot minute. Actually, since Grimer. Right? Yeah, pretty sure. Shiny. Yeah, no, yeah, since Grimer. Oh, I miss Grimer. But Absol is really cool too. So yeah, that's everything as far as Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu event goes. We are now into the second portion of this event, and I still haven't done a spooky message. I haven't completed that yet, only because the last part was, or one of the things was to obviously spin 8 new Pokestops, and I did that just kind of randomly at different stop signs and whatnot that via Lake Worth, and they weren't really, they're not stop signs, but like red lights next to like different cultural places, and you know, it wasn't very exciting. There wasn't really a cool thing to it, a good story behind it. So I do want to actually go somewhere new and find my Spiritomb there. So that will be its own episode later on. But for today's episode, where we've completed the first portion of Let's Go Meltan. I like the play on words there, by the way. We've completed that. We've talked about the new events and everything, the new Pokemon, new raids. Honestly, again, for me personally, the most exciting raids are Tier 1 raids where you can get shinies. Though I am bit more interested in maybe starting to do more Tier 3 solo battles. Also, I've heard about this new Bidoof challenge going around, where you use one Bidoof versus a Tier 1 raid boss and see if you can win. That sounds interesting. Might try that out. It's definitely a meme of a challenge, but sounds interesting. I'll try that maybe. Anyway, that is the end of the episode. If you did like it, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. If you enjoyed the series, please subscribe. And as always, God bless. See you for another episode of Pokemon Go, where we'll be continuing Let's Go Meltan, and let's go Pikachu.